In the depths of the ocean, the ecosystem thrives in a delicate balance. Predators like sharks, the smallest creatures like plankton, and even the humble coral all play a crucial role. However, one group of marine life often goes overlooked: cnidarians. Despite their apparent simplicity, cnidarians, such as jellyfish, anemones, corals, and hydroids, are essential to the health of the ocean. Today, let's dive into the world of cnidarians and explore their incredible role in the marine food web. The role of cnidarians in the marine ecosystem. Cnidarians, a group of animals that includes jellyfish, corals, and anemones, make up a significant portion of the marine ecosystem. With around 13,000 living species, cnidarians come in many shapes and sizes. They perform critical functions such as being predators, providing shelter to smaller creatures, and acting as filter feeders, thus contributing to marine biodiversity and ecosystem stability. Body structure and forms. Cnidarians have two primary body forms, which is a stationary, tube-like shape, and the medusa, which is free-moving and often umbrella-shaped. These forms appear in the life cycle of many cnidarians, with some species switching between them. The important role of cnidarians in marine ecosystems. Marine organisms such as scavengers and top predators play a very important role in maintaining the stability of the ecosystem. Among them, species belonging to the cnidaria group are one of the most overlooked groups of organisms. Despite having a significant role in maintaining biodiversity and ensuring the stability of the marine environment, cnidarian species include corals, sea anemones, hydras, and jellyfish, which are not only effective hunters but also provide shelter for small organisms and perform water filtration functions. Characteristics of cnidarians. Cnidarians are a group of marine organisms that are quite simple in architectural structure, with about 13,000 species currently living. Although they create a rather simple configuration, they possess a special beauty, characterized by their radial symmetry. Their structural basis usually consists of just a cavity and a mouth. But there can be many variations in form, from fixed-form polyps to medusa that can transform automatically. Polyps are tubular and fixed, while medusa have an umbrella or bell shape and can move automatically with the water currents. The life cycle of jellyfish. A typical example is the life cycle of the moon jellyfish. After hatching, the juvenile jellyfish floats down to the ocean floor and settles on rocks or other objects. Then, they develop into small polyps called pseuphostoma. The process of strobilation helps transform this polyp into small medusae, resembling stacked coins. Each coin is a medusa, which, after developing, will detach from the polyp and continue to grow into an adult jellyfish. Notably, some jellyfish species have the ability to revert to an earlier stage in their life cycle, allowing them to continuously regenerate. Function of cnidocyte cells. A special feature of cnidarian species is the presence of cnidocyte cells, stinging cells that function like capsules containing threads that can be discharged when stimulated. We can use them to catch prey, protect ourselves from enemies, or simply to defend their habitat. These cnidocyte cells are a significant advantage for species that do not actively hunt. Instead, they use the sit and wait, or drift and trap, strategy, utilizing these cells to immobilize or kill intruders when they feel threatened by cnidarians. The danger of the Portuguese man-o'-war. One of the most dangerous examples of the cnidarian species is the Portuguese man-o'-war, the ship of the Portuguese. This is a colonial animal, consisting of many small polyps that cooperate with each other. We have a large gas-filled bladder, pneumatophore, floating on the water's surface like a ship under tension. The long tentacles can extend down to 50 meters and are filled with extremely potent nematocysts that can kill small creatures. Whenever it is triggered, the muscles in the tentacles will pull the prey up to the polyp containing the digestive organs, after which other polyps will participate in the digestion process. The role of coral in the marine ecosystem. Coral is one of the most important organisms in the marine ecosystem, especially in building coral reefs. These coral species provide shelter for millions of marine organisms, from fish and crustaceans to invertebrates. Additionally, they help protect coastlines from wave action and tropical storms. Coral also participates in the carbon cycle, acting as a carbon sink, helping to retain carbon dioxide in its hard shell structure. This contributes to reducing carbon levels in the atmosphere and helps combat current climate change. The symbiotic relationship of corals with zooxanthellae algae. Corals have a special symbiotic relationship with zooxanthellae algae. These algae live in the tissues of corals and perform photosynthesis, providing energy for the corals. In return, corals provide protection for the algae from harsh environmental factors. This relationship is crucial in maintaining coral reefs, helping them thrive and supporting biodiversity in the area. When corals experience stress due to changes in water temperature or pollution, the algae will leave the coral tissues, causing the corals to lose color and weaken, a phenomenon known as coral bleaching. The symbiotic relationship between sea anemones and clownfish is another example of the dependence between marine species. Sea anemones provide shelter for clownfish, protecting them from the dangers posed by the stinging cells of the anemone. In return, clownfish protect sea anemones from other organisms and also help to clean up food scraps for the anemones. Clownfish develop a thin layer of mucus on their skin to avoid being stung by the anemone's stinging cells, allowing them to coexist peacefully. The importance of cnidarians in maintaining biodiversity. Cnidarian species play an extremely important role in maintaining biodiversity in the ocean. Coral reefs provide habitat for a multitude of marine organisms, while jellyfish and sea anemones play a role in maintaining the food chain, acting both as predators and prey for other animal species. They help maintain the stability and development of marine ecosystems, from the open ocean to coastal areas and deep-sea bottoms. The impact of climate change on cnidarians. Climate change is having a serious impact on cnidarian species, especially corals. Rising sea temperatures are putting stress on corals, leading to coral bleaching. When temperatures rise excessively, the zooxanthellae algae that are symbiotic with corals will leave, reducing the coral's ability to photosynthesize and leading to bleaching and gradual death of the corals. This can reduce biodiversity in marine ecosystems, negatively affecting species that depend on corals, such as fish and crustaceans. Additionally, pollution from toxic substances, plastics, and chemicals also affects the health of cnidarian species, weakening their defense capabilities, especially for jellyfish species with strong tentacles. Invasive cnidarian species. Some cnidarian species, particularly jellyfish, have the ability to invade new areas and become a threat to native ecosystems. Jellyfish species such as the box jellyfish, Charybdia alata, and the electric jellyfish, Nemanthocistus, can rapidly thrive in new environments, especially when the environmental conditions are suitable for their growth, such as in warmer seas or polluted waters. These invasive jellyfish species can compete for food and living space with other organisms, reducing biodiversity and altering the structure of marine ecosystems. The impact of cnidarians on humans. Cnidarian species can have both direct and indirect effects on humans. Jellyfish, with their nematocyst cells, can cause severe stings upon contact with skin, especially species such as box jellyfish, lion's mane jellyfish, or large jellyfish. These stings can result in pain, swelling, and even pose a life-threatening risk if not treated promptly. However, jellyfish also have positive applications in scientific research. For example, some jellyfish species have the ability to bioluminesce and are being studied to develop new treatment methods or produce biomaterials in medicine and technology. Applications in medicine and technology. Some species of cnidarians, particularly jellyfish, can provide interesting applications in the fields of science and technology. For example, research on the bioluminescence of jellyfish has led to the development of bioluminescent LED lights and medical devices that can glow in dark environments, aiding in surgery and diagnosis. Additionally, studies on the mechanisms of nematocyst function and their stinging capabilities are being researched for the development of medical weapons and treatment methods for wounds and infections. The development of the coral farming industry has become an important field of research and production in the conservation of coral reefs and the restoration of damaged marine ecosystems. Scientists and conservationists are seeking ways to breed and cultivate corals to restore reefs that have been bleached or devastated by exploitation, tourism, and other pollution factors. These farming methods not only help maintain biodiversity but also contribute to protecting coastlines from large wave phenomena and storms. The diversity and wide distribution of cnidarians. Cnidarians have a wide distribution and diversity from shallow coastal waters to deep and cold seas. Although they are often found in tropical and subtropical regions, there are also cnidarian species that live in cold waters, such as jellyfish in the Arctic Ocean. This demonstrates their adaptability and ability to survive in different environments. allowing them to thrive and maintain their existence for millions of years. Conservation measures for cnidarians. The protection and maintenance of cnidarian species is becoming an important task for conservation organizations and governments around the world. These efforts include limiting coral harvesting, reducing marine pollution, protecting sensitive marine ecological areas, and enhancing research on cnidarian species. Additionally, educating the community about the importance of protecting marine ecosystems and minimizing activities that harm the marine environment is a crucial part of conservation efforts. The future of cnidarian research. Research on cnidarians will continue to play an important role in gaining a better understanding of marine ecosystems and issues related to climate change. Scientists are studying the evolution of cnidarian species to understand how they have adapted to their habitats over millions of years. Furthermore, new studies on the development of cnidarian species may help create new solutions for protecting the marine environment and improving the health of marine ecosystems in the future. Chemical features and self-defense capabilities of cnidarians. One of the prominent characteristics of cnidarians is their ability to self-protect and attack through specialized cells called nematocysts. These cells contain powerful toxins that can cause paralysis or pain to predatory animals or enemies. The development of nematocysts helps cnidarians protect themselves from predators while also assisting them in hunting. The toxins in nematocysts can have an immediate paralyzing effect or even kill prey animals, making it easier for them to digest. Furthermore, some jellyfish species use tentacles containing nematocysts to capture and kill smaller organisms or larger creatures, such as fish and crustaceans. The development of cnidarian species in different environmental conditions. Cnidarians are organisms with an excellent ability to adapt to changing habitats, and this has helped them survive through many historical stages of the Earth. For example, corals can thrive in areas with strong light, where living conditions are rich, but they can also exist in colder seas, where other cnidarian species, such as jellyfish, thrive. Cnidarian species can live at great depths in the ocean, where light and oxygen are scarce or absent, a typical example being deep-sea jellyfish. The development of cnidarians can be influenced by factors such as depth, water temperature, salinity, and light intensity, but they always have a good ability to adapt to changing conditions in their habitats. The reproductive ability of cnidarians and their special life cycle. Cnidarians have a complex and special life cycle, which includes both asexual and sexual reproduction stages. In their life cycle, many species undergo a transformation from the polyp form, asexual, to the mature jellyfish form, sexual, and vice versa. This process allows them to reproduce quickly in favorable environments. Corals, for example, reproduce by releasing eggs and sperm into the water, creating small larvae that can attach to the seabed and develop into polyps. Jellyfish have a reverse life cycle, starting as a polyp and then transforming into mature jellyfish forms. The flexibility in this reproductive method helps cnidarians easily adjust their growth and development based on environmental factors. The symbiotic relationship between cnidarians and other species. The symbiotic relationship is an important part of maintaining the life of many cnidarian species. A clear example is the relationship between corals and the zooxanthellae algae. These algae live within the tissues of corals and perform photosynthesis, producing energy that corals use for growth. In return, corals provide the algae with a habitat and essential minerals. This relationship is beneficial for both species and plays a crucial role in maintaining coral reef ecosystems. However, when environmental conditions change, such as rising water temperatures or increased pollution, the balance in this relationship can be disrupted, leading to coral bleaching and a decline in the biodiversity of coral reefs. The role of cnidarians in the marine food chain. Cnidarians play an important role in the marine food chain. They are top predators for some small creatures in the ocean, such as small fish, crustaceans, and other planktonic organisms. Jellyfish can consume smaller animals by using nematocyst cells to capture and paralyze their prey. These creatures are then digested and provide energy for the jellyfish. Additionally, jellyfish are also an important food source for larger marine animals, such as deep-sea fish, sea turtles, and marine mammals like whales. Thus, cnidarians play a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance and the food chain in marine ecosystems. Research and conservation of cnidarians. Conservation organizations are conducting numerous studies to protect cnidarian species, especially coral reefs. These coral reefs are not only home to a vast number of marine species but also help maintain ecological balance and protect coastlines from the impact of large waves and storms. Conservation projects are being implemented in various marine areas around the world to mitigate the effects of climate change, pollution, and overexploitation. Research is also exploring ways to develop artificial coral farming methods to restore damaged coral reefs. The story of Cnidarians in culture and history. Cnidarians are not only subjects of scientific research but also hold a special place in culture and history. They frequently appear in folklore, art, and symbols across various cultures. For example, the images of jellyfish or coral have been used in artworks, jewelry, and symbols of strength, protection, or mystery. The Portuguese man of war. One of the most dangerous examples of Cnidarians is the Portuguese man of war, a colonial organism made up of multiple polyps that work together. It uses powerful nematocysts in its long tentacles to catch prey, drawing it toward digestive polyps for consumption. The man of war's unique structure is a fascinating example of how cooperation between different organisms can lead to survival in the harsh ocean environment. The role of corals in the marine ecosystem. Perhaps the most significant Cnidarians in the ocean are corals, which form expansive reefs that serve as the foundation for diverse marine communities. These reefs provide shelter for numerous species, protect coastlines from waves and storms, and act as carbon sinks, trapping carbon in their calcium carbonate skeletons for thousands of years. Symbiotic relationships with algae. Corals rely on a mutualistic relationship with tiny algae called zooxanthellae. These algae perform photosynthesis, providing energy to the corals in exchange for protection within the coral's tissues. This relationship is vital for the survival of coral reefs and, in turn, supports about 25% of all marine species. Other symbiotic relationships. Sea anemones and fish. Sea anemones, like those associated with clownfish, provide protection using their stinging cells. In return, clownfish offer the anemones mobility and protection from predators. This symbiotic relationship highlights the interconnectedness of marine species. Jellyfish and fish. Some fish species, such as certain types of wrasse, take shelter among jellyfish tentacles, avoiding predators while using the jellyfish's stinging cells to catch food. Cnidarians may seem like simple organisms at first glance, but they play a pivotal role in maintaining marine biodiversity and stability. From coral reefs to jellyfish in the open ocean, they are integral to the marine food web and ecosystem health. The relationships between Cnidarians and other marine organisms show just how interconnected life under the sea truly is. As I continue to explore the depths of the ocean, it never ceases to amaze me how even the most delicate creatures can have such a powerful impact on the world around them. The symbiotic relationships formed by Cnidarians remind us that cooperation and balance are key to thriving, whether in nature or in our own lives. Next time you're near the ocean, take a moment to appreciate the unseen, yet vital creatures that make our oceans the vibrant ecosystems they are. By understanding and protecting Cnidarians, we are not only preserving the health of our oceans but also ensuring a balanced, thriving planet for generations to come.